week.
It's okay, Mrs. Davison B's been filling me in.
Oh, well, let's get started, shall we?
Right. Now, as I understand it, the women are trying to finance the newspaper by taking in extra printing jobs at cut rates.
That's right.
But do you think it's a viable proposition?
What's viable mean? Shut up and listen.
How do you plan to fill your first orders with such a limited amount of ink and paper at your disposal?
Rotten cheapskates. If this paper ever does get off the ground, I reckon it's going to be called the Not-So-Free Press.
Well, look, it can't cost that much. Why don't I just buy what you need and you can pay me back when you're all big printing tycoons?
Hang on. Look, no offence, Mr. Faulkner, but no thanks.
Good, I just hope Bea doesn't find out or she'll really blow her top and if you get into any trouble.
Nothing's going to happen to me, not this time. Well, I guess this is it. Leaving so soon, Doc?
Yes, my work here's finished. I have to get back to the hospital.
Sure you do. They've got a new office for you there, too. Nice padded walls.
All right, Gaffney.
Goodbye. I hope you'll all be better soon.
What the bloody hell are you doing? Why aren't you hiding? You'll never get away with this.
I'm not going anywhere, Lizzie. Not now. It's her.
The new prisoner? Oh, she looks pretty average.
Average? Lizzie, she's my mother.
Let's visit the animals.
Just watching her. Hey, what are you doing back in here? You didn't
She
get
thinks
sprayed?
she's seen
my
her.
mum.
What? Where?
She came in the van, they took Kate away and...
You mean she's a screw?
Oh, no, she's one of us.
Screw.
Are you sure it's your mum?
Of course, I'd know her anywhere.
Oh, I don't know. How long is it since you've seen her?
Don't you believe me?
Well, yeah, I do, but it's like when, when my mum turned up, just out of the blue, just like that.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Once we recognised who we were.
Oh, that's what it'll be like when Joe sees me.
Yeah. Hey, I just remembered. What about the pillows in your bed? I put them there when you went outside.
Doesn't matter now.
Oh, well, the screw sees them.
Oh, you mustn't get yourself into any more strife.
Oh, okay. I'll go fix him now.
Good.
Oh, Driscoll, you ought to move your things in with Smith and Burns. A new prisoner's taking your cell.
Oh, but Mrs. Powell, I don't mind sharing. Honest.
Oh, that's very good of you. But you'll move in with Smith and Burns anyway.
Oh, please, Mrs. Powell.
I didn't come here for an argument.
Why can't the new woman go in one of the other cells?
Yeah, it's not fair.
Oh, what is this? A debating society? Come on, I've given you an order.
Don't really care what work I'm doing. Won't be here long.
Oh, Susie! Susie! This is your cell. It must be kept tidy and make sure the bed is made properly at all times.
Call this tidy.
No, I don't. I'll speak to Driscoll about it later.
Driscoll, was that the kid that ran out of here?
Yes. Oh, you can keep your things in there and then I'll take you to the recreation room where you can meet some of the women.
Hope they don't all react the way she did. I might end up with a place to myself.
Well, it must be because you've taken her cell. Susie's not usually like that.
Yeah, well, if I'd known I was going to be sharing with you, I'd have booked in for a longer visit.
Yeah, well, after what happened with Kate Peterson, I'd share with anybody.
Thank you.
Oh, especially you, Helen.
Swapping one nut for another, eh?
Oh.
Not sure that's funny, Doreen.
Oh, you know what I mean. Kate's gone now.
Yeah, well, thank God for that. Oh, I do like sharing with you, even if it's only for a couple of days.
Oh, well, a couple of days is all I need to get my back together again.
Hey, look here, Jude. It says you can send people a singing telegram.
Yeah, I've heard about those, but who do you reckon we could send one to?
I could think of a beauty to send to old Dave.
I wouldn't waste me money on that.
Oh, it's Bea's birthday next week. Do you reckon we could send her one?
Well, I can go on better than that, Lizzie. What about a strippergram?
Stripper what?
A strippergram. You tell the people what you want said, and they send a guy over to say it while he's taking his gear off.
Oh, you
No, kid.
No kidding.
Well, I suppose that's more in Bea's line, huh?
Hey, stripper!
Excuse me,
here.
I'd like to introduce you to Joe Slater.
I thought you said her name was Driscoll.
She must have changed it or something. Her name is Josephine, and they usually called her Josie. Sometimes Joe. Hi, Helen.
And Judy Bryant.
Judy.
Lizzie Birdsworth.
Hello, Lizzie.
Susie Driscoll.
Pleased to meet you, Susie.
Over here we have Bill Stokes.
Do you really think it's her? Are you really sure, Suze?
I know my own mother.
Yeah, but she didn't recognize you at all.
Well, she hasn't seen me for 7 years, and even then it was on and off.
Oh, I reckon you're well rid of a mother like that.
No, don't say that. There must have been a reason.
Of course there was.
And I've changed a lot since then. I wore my hair different. It's no wonder she didn't recognize me.
Oh, Susie.
I was just a kid then. Help me, Lizzie.
Oh, I'll be glad to see the backside of this shift.
You'll soon be home with your feet up watching the telly.
After I've cleaned up the disasters on the home front.
You make it sound like a battleground. How are they all?
Pretty good. Nothing seems to change. Kids grow up too fast. Patrick, he hasn't changed in years.
Well, isn't that a bonus?
Oh, I suppose so. He's such a plodder. Just wish he had 1 ounce of ambition.
Well, what do you want? An ulcer-ridden, pushy go-getter of a husband?
Don't think I haven't thought about it. Mind you, I'd be pretty worried about what he was out go-getting. If Janet and Ian are as happy as Patrick and I have been, she'll be doing all right.
You haven't forgotten my few days off for the wedding, have you?
No, I've done the rosters. But what I can't understand is you wanting to go all that distance when you're not even family.
Well, you don't think I'd miss out on a few days in the Queensland sun, do you?
But it's their monsoon season. Oh. Come on.
What are you writing?
Huh?
I asked what you were writing.
Oh, just an article about the prison roundabout. You know, the old revolving door game.
My special subject. Out again, in again.
Well, I must admit that you've been in and out of this place more than anyone else I know.
Just passing through, honey.
You're a bit of a weirdo, you know that. It's just that most women that come back in here, they come back because they're caught up in a vicious circle.
Oh, well, that's me, a fallen woman.
Yeah, but you never let it get to you. I mean, you've never lost your sense of humor.
My secret of success.
But you still keep coming back.
In a couple of years, I retire in my own home, and I don't have to depend on anyone. Doing time's just an occupational hazard.
Well, it's a hell of a way to earn a living.
It's not for everyone.
I mean, look at Susie.
Oh, would be difficult in this light. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was just thinking that if Susie could take it or leave it like you could, she would have been out of here on her 18th birthday.
Yeah, but Susie's got a reason for doing stupid things. She's young, and she's pretty, and I think I hate her.
You know, looking for her mother for 7 years, she's probably been over the walls of most of the institutions in the country.
She's just a kid. 3 months must seem like a lifetime to her. I remember when I was young, I couldn't accept a lot of things. And here we both are.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, out and about.
Oh, does she live here?
Well, there's a rumor she has a home somewhere.
Someone ought to tell her about it.
Morning, Doreen.
What are you so bright about?
Well, my first night without Kate Peterson, for one thing.
And my scintillating conversation for another.
Yeah, well, you should try it in my dorm. Susie going on about her mother all flaming night, and she's still bending B's ear about it now.
Well, it's a big thing for her.
Yeah, but a woman needs her sleep too, you know.
Well, maybe a nice warm shower will help wake you up.
What I need is earplugs.
Well, nearly finished. 6,000 copies of the Administrative Department Staff Refreshment Stock Control Dockets, whatever the hell that is. And don't tell me because I don't want to know. It's boring. Well, what do you reckon? Should we start working on next week's issue of the Weekly Star?
Yeah, suits me. No bloody fear.
Why not?
Well, after all the trouble I went to muck up the last issue to get Mr. Marnie back.
Yeah, well, that wasn't our idea, was it?
No, but it worked, didn't it? So all we got to do now is stay looking stupid till he gets back here.
Fair enough. So what do we do when this lot's finished?
I'll get the party ready.
What party?
Bees party. Good, you got a memory like a sieve.
All right, but we don't have anything arranged yet.
Well, it's time we did. All she got last year was some iced Vovos and a candle stuff.
Give any more thought to the strippogram. I reckon I could get it organised.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Not enough work, ladies?
Oh, we were just taking a little rest while that easy run was going through, Mrs. Powell.
What about you? Haven't you got something better to do than hold that bench up?
Can't I work in the laundry, Mrs. Powell?
Good God, why the laundry?
Oh, well, that'd be a good idea because we're overstaffed here, you know, especially while that easy run's going through.
Yes, I suppose so. Come on. Could the rest of you just try and look busy?
What does she want to go to the laundry for?
Oh, 3 guesses. Joe's in the laundry.
Poor little kid.
Why did Bea have to be put on cleaning duties?
I don't know, maybe Pal's got it in for her.
Oh, Pal's got it in for everybody, and I think it's me at the moment. Oh, this bloody press has got a mind of its own.
Look, I'm sick of this dryer. You want to swap?
Well,
It's only till Bea gets back.
oh, you're welcome to it.
Yeah.
Why aren't you two working?
There you go. We're up.
Don't be ridiculous. You've just been wandering about.
We were swapping jobs.
Well, get on with it then. Get back to the press.
Oh, right.
You can help with the folding. And don't forget you're on kitchen duty at lunchtime.
Hi, what did you do to earn this? I asked for it.
God, there's one in every laundry. Never volunteer for anything.
Maybe she preferred the company in here.
Well, there's not much to do, so don't work too hard. I won't. How did you come to be in Wentworth? Unlicensed driving. They stick you in jail for that. Oh, if you do it often enough. I suppose I was stupid, but it's hard not to drive when your farm's 8 miles out of town. Oh, you live in a farm now? Yeah, we've got a poultry farm near Dunkeld. Oh, it must be beautiful. Yeah, it is, seeing those hills in the morning. Makes a change for me. We were on the road for years, chasing one crop after another.
Oh, well, chasing chooks, it'd have to be better than this.
Oh, sounds too much like being a screw for my liking.
I wish I was there, Josie. Most people call me Jo, short for Joanne. Oh, don't mind, though. Jo? Yeah? Don't you remember me? Yeah, of course. You're Susie. You know, I was introduced when we arrived. No, that's not what I mean. Well, I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. I'm Susie. Yeah, I know you are. I'm your daughter. I'm Susie.
Well, you should have seen Susie when... should have seen Susie when she came out with it. Jo was floored. What happened then? Well, they gave each other this real big hug.
What, both of them?
Yeah, it was real lovely. You know, like when my mum found me.
I reckon it's time we found the goods out about that lady.
Oh, come on, Lizzie. Susie was really happy.
Yeah. 7 years too late, isn't it? What do you think, Jude?
Stop me, Pete.
Oh, hello, Lizzie.
Don't you give me any hellos. I want some straight answers.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you
Yeah, and so you should be sorry. What about that little scene in the laundry with Susie? That's a bit overdue, isn't it?
You've got something
You should have behaved like a mother 7 years ago when you dumped her. Have you any idea what you've done to that poor little kid?
I am not Susie's mother.
How come she thinks you are?
How would I know? Maybe I look like her. What did you say? 7 years?
Well, what about that scene in the laundry?
Oh, all that happened so fast. I didn't know what was going on. The poor kid, she looked so upset. What would you have done?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you think I'm the sort of person who'd dump my own daughter? For heaven's sakes, I'm not.
I know, but we'll just have to think of something.
Well, why don't I just tell her she's not my daughter?
You can't do that. It'll upset her too much and she'll try and escape again.
Okay. So what do I do?
I don't know. We just have to play along with her a bit and try and think something out.
Myra! Didn't expect to see you so soon. Don't worry, just a visit, and a very quick one, I might add. Oh, dear, the women are still at lunch. Can't you wait? Oh, I'm sorry, Meg. No, I can't. I've got another appointment, but... Well, I did want to see the women. I've got their first job for the not-so-free press. I'm going to take you straight through to the dining room. You signed up? On the dotted line. Now, tell me, what's all this about? Well, it's the local church.
I need to buy her a grass skirt, will you? Come on, we'll never get away with it.
No, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but it's going to cost, isn't it?
What about the bookies bank?
No way, not for that.
Think of it. A male stripper here in Wentworth. Gee.
Hey, this bloke, does he do it for free?
No, not for free, but if I had to talk to him, he'd do it for $20.
Oh, look, wait till I get my hands on it.
Yeah, but you've got to get your hands on $20 first, right?
Yeah, well, we could ask Davo to take it out of our wages.
Oh, I love it. Can you picture it? Please, Mrs. Davidson, we'd like to hire this spunky stripper.
Oh, yeah, all right. So it wasn't such a great idea. I knew that.
I'm sorry, Doreen. It's just the thought of old Davo's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that I'd pay to see.
Yeah. Has he really got a spunky body?
Well, he's not really my type, but he's pretty good in that area.
What's the point of talking about it? He's out there and we're in here.
Hello, Myra.
G'day, Lizzie. You're looking great.
Oh, you need your eyes adjusting.
Ladies, may I have your attention, please? For those of you who don't know, this is Myra Desmond from the Prison Reform Group.
Hi. Well, congratulations. You got your first job for the not-so-free press.
What is it?
It's a special newsletter for St. Luke's. Their last printer let them down, so they're relying on you for a good, quick job.
Mara, you've come to the right place.
We can do anything.
Oh, it sounds promising. Now, this is the layout.
Yeah, well, it looks pretty simple.
See what I tell you?
You know, that layout's a bit like the Weekly Star.
They'll know we buggered it up on purpose if we get this one right.
There won't be any problems with this one, will there?
No way, we're getting paid for it.
Hope the screws don't wake up what we did with the paper.
Well, that's too late now. You can forget about that. But this job has got to be perfect.
I suppose so.
Lizzie.
All right, all right.
Well, I'll leave you to it.
Okay, Myra, thanks a lot.
My pleasure. See ya.
Oh, what do you think?
Good to see them getting their teeth into something of their own. We had nothing like this when I was here.
True, but we need a lot more, though.
Yeah.
Mrs. Morris,
Yes, Doreen.
I was wondering if I could see the governor.
Oh, what's the problem?
Nothing. It's just that we want to have a birthday for Bea, and I've got to get permission to organise it all.
Oh, sounds like a great idea.
Do you want me to ask the governor for you?
Do you think she'll agree?
I'm sure she will.
Mrs. Morris can be very persuasive.
Oh, thanks a lot.
I'll let you know, Doreen.
See you, Doreen.
Bye.
Oh, Susie, come in.
What are you doing?
Oh, just writing a few things down. What have you been doing?
Oh, been in the kitchen all afternoon. Mostly doing dishes.
Ugh, that can't have been much fun.
I didn't mind. I can cook too.
Oh, that's good.
I'm pretty good at housework. But I'd much rather have been in the laundry with you. Now that we're back together again, well, I thought I might ask if we could share the same dorm. Or that way we could be together more.
Perhaps you're making a bit too much out of it. Well, what I mean is, I don't think the authorities would let families stay together in a place like this.
What do you think? They might try to split us up again? Or move one of us to another block?
Oh, well, it's possible.
Maybe you're right. They always seem to be doing something to muck things up for me.
I think it's best if we just act like friends.
When they're around, I won't let on. Well, it can be our little secret until we both get out of here.
Come on, Master.
Then no one will be able to split us up.
We'll have to talk about that.
Driscoll, come on. Time for pre-work muster.
Okay, Mrs. Powell. I'll see you later.
Mrs. Powell,
Yes?
could I please be transferred to another block?
Well, you'll need a pretty good reason, especially in this hotel.
It's, Susie.
Susie Driscoll, what's she got to do with you?
Well, she's been paying a lot of attention to me. It's all getting too much.
What's that mean?
Just that. She
Look,
just...
perhaps she just wants to be friends. Is that asking too much?
No, but this is
Your
different.
request is denied.
Well, at least could I be put to work somewhere else?
No. But Driscoll will be working in the workshop this afternoon. Now, come on. Get out to muster.
Hey, Susie. But you were supposed to be Mr. Monty's star pupil.
Why, what's wrong?
Well, this is the second time you got this typeface in the wrong box.
I'd say her mind's on something else.
Sorry, I just can't stop thinking about Mum.
Sometimes it doesn't do any good to think too much about these things, love.
That's right, honey. Why don't you just let things run their own course?
How can I stop thinking about it?
Because it's been so long. Let's face it, you always have your mum on your mind now, don't you?
What are you getting at?
Well, love, sometimes when you want something really badly, it's easy to make a mistake in the end.
Is that what you think?
Well, it does make sense now, doesn't it?
You see, we all know what it's like to be lonely. And when you want something as badly as you do, well, your mind can play tricks on you.
No, it's not like that at all.
Okay, this is about ready to roll. Don't take things wrongly, love.
Look, I'm going to write a letter to Auntie Gwen and get her to send a photo.
Okay, let her roll.
Eh?
Turn it on, dummy.
Oh.
Honey, don't worry about it too much.
I know what you mean.
Why don't we just talk about it later, okay?
You'll see.
Hey, these look pretty good.
Yeah, we keep on like this, well, we can be finished in no time, huh?
Let me see those. Well, seems you can get something right after all.
Well, it was a pretty easy run, Mrs. Powell.
Oh, I don't know. It looks as complicated as that newspaper of yours.
Oh, no, that was a lot harder.
What's the difference?
Well, newspapers got columns and everything, you know?
Yeah, this is quite different. This is like all those other government jobs we've done. Nothing to it. I mean, a newspaper's something that has to be set up by somebody like Mr. Marnie.
Well, what happens when he leaves for good?
Oh, will he get it right by then?
Yes, I thought so. You deliberately sabotaged the newspaper to get him back here.
Oh, Mrs. Powell, we wouldn't do anything like that.
Don't lie to me, Birdsworth. Now, look. Not only have you wasted government time and facility by
That's not fair.
but you have also wasted the valuable time of someone good enough to come here and teach you. Well, I'm sure when Mrs. Davidson hears about this, your newspaper's down the drain altogether. You cretins.
Why would you want to do a rotten thing like that?
Well, you know Powell.
Oh, I don't know who's worse, her or old Finnegan.
What's Po-Face been up to now?
Oh, she's trigged that we mucked up the printing of the paper. Because someone took advantage of Mr. Marnie's virtues and values.
It wasn't my fault.
No, Pal's like a bloody hawk. She's just waiting to pounce.
Now, we'll never get to see Mr. Marnie before he's married.
Well, we'll never see him afterwards either.
No, it could have been worse.
How?
You could have all ended up in the pound.
Yeah, but that's not all, Bea.
What else?
Well, Pal reckons she's going to have the paper stopped altogether.
She will, too, if she can get away with it.
Not if I can help it, she won't.
What are you going to do, Bea?
If they stop that paper, I'll get a prison-wide strike going that'll have them crawling up the walls.
I thought you weren't that interested in the paper.
I'm not. What gets me is I'm trying to muck up something we've got going for ourselves. If they think they're going to get away with this one without a fight, they've got another thing coming.
Ah, that's the spirit. Show 'em who's the real boss here, and maybe we'll get Mr. Marnie back permanently.
Let's just save the paper first, then we'll worry about your boyfriend later.
He's not me boyfriend.
Oh, come on, Lizzie, you can tell us.
Oh, bugger off.
Whatever for?
Well, it seems they want Mr. Marnie to return, at least temporarily.
Who's at the centre of this brainwave?
Well, Mrs. Powell's report wasn't completely clear, but it seems it was probably Lizzie.
Ah, yes, well, I can believe that. Has a copy of the report been sent to the department?
Not yet, but I have to send it, and you know what that will mean.
Stopping the paper over one of Lizzie's silly pranks hardly seems fair.
Well, it's done now. Did you want to see me about something?
Oh, yes. Doreen's asked whether they can have a surprise birthday party for Bea. Well, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to let them blow off some steam.
Well, under the circumstances, I think it's an excellent idea. Lizzie can bake the cake on kitchen duty. Oh, Meg, you know, it's rather a nice change to know that they're planning a surprise.
Now they've sent us someone nice to see us off tonight.
Yeah, well, it's better than old po-faced pal, isn't it?
I suppose you three are all in on Doreen's little conspiracy?
Conspiracy?
You mean the surprise party? Is it still on?
Yes, Mrs. Davidson's agreed.
Beauty!
Shh, keep it down or there'll be no surprise.
And I've organised kitchen duty for you for a couple of days, Lizzie, so I suppose you'll be baking the cake?
Mrs. M, I was going to ask you if I could do that.
Beat you to it.
God, if things come that easy around here, I might decide to stay.
Oh, don't bother. They'll give us the party with one hand, but they'll take away something else with the other.
Yeah, that's their style, all right.
Well, maybe we should ask for the stripper.
Yeah, why not?
Don't be silly. They'd never buy that.
Well, we can have the singing telegram.
Well, that wouldn't be as much fun.
It would be after I'd wised up my friend to do it. Oh, you cunning bugger.
Come on, ladies. Some of us want to get some sleep tonight.
Oh, is that an offer?
Feeling any better, love?
In a word, no. I will never drink sweet wine again.
Well, I did try and warn you. But you wouldn't stop.
Yeah, I know. You told me so.
My fault, I suppose. I did buy the wine.
2 bottles. If you'd like some for breakfast, I'm sure there's a mouthful left.
Oh, no, thanks. You sure you feel all right for work today?
Of course I don't. Now that I'm leaving, it's a major struggle to get there. But I'll get better as the day goes on.
I'll check up on you when I get there.
You're not still going? I thought after Colleen rang you last night.
Well, if they want me there badly enough to muck up their own paper, I can hardly let them down, can I?
Just a pushover for those women.
Maybe.
Hey, come and see Mr. Marnie today.
Thank God I'm getting out of here tomorrow. I don't think I could survive starting too many mornings off like this. Even Goldilocks would turn this porridge down.
Well, you're not wrong, you know. I mean, look what it did to Lizzie. You'd never believe she was only 28 years old.
That was enough of your cheek.
Lizzie?
Hello, Mrs. M.
Morning, Lizzie. I fixed up your work detail for you. You're on kitchen duty today and tomorrow.
Today? Oh, I want to work in the print shop.
Oh, you'd have more fun in the kitchen, Lizzie.
I'm glad you feel that way, Smart, because you're on kitchen duty too.
Well, at least you'll be able to see that we get something decent on your last day.
Oh, sure, and get blamed for this, and then they'd extend my sentence.
Have you all got your pieces for the paper ready?
Oh, yeah, I got mine. Beauty.
That's very good, Lizzie, but it's unprintable. I think you better give it to the editor.
Oh, I thought it was funny.
Give it over here.
You got something for us, B?
Not interested.
Why not? I thought
I
you'd...
don't fancy myself as a journalist.
After the fight you put up for the paper, I thought you'd be right in it.
That's different. That was a fight for the women.
See, that's B's specialty. If you wanted to do something, well, you just make it into a fight.
Thank you, but I don't need you to explain to everyone what makes me tick. There are plenty of women who do have something to say. Get it from them.
All right, but I'm disappointed.
You'll get over it.
I've done my gardening column.
Good for you.
Oh.
Susie?
Please do 3 copies of those, Julie, and bring them to me when completed so I can send them off today.
Morning, Mrs. Davidson.
Oh, I'm so sorry to bring you in like this, Mr. Marnie.
Oh, that's quite all right.
Yes, but you must have such a lot to do with the wedding so close.
You don't know Janet's mother, do you?
No.
Well, she has taken over the whole operation in Queensland like a general organising her biggest campaign.
Still, it must be comforting to know that everything's being done.
The only thing she isn't doing is making sure that I'm at the church on time, so I haven't got much to do beforehand.
However, the women should not have disrupted their work just to get you back here.
You know something, Mrs. Davidson? It's about the best compliment I've ever had. I'm glad to be here for the last day.
Good.
Well, better get to it.
Oh, don't forget the farewell party this evening.
I'll be there.
How's that? It's just a matter of being a little more economical with words.
Yeah. Well, it does read better, I must admit it.
Hi, team.
Oh, we got him back.
Yeah, not for long, I'm afraid.
Oh, it's a pity Lizzie isn't here.
Yeah, well, how's everything going?
They're coming on fine. We'll probably have the paper out sometime tomorrow.
You know, we could do with a few more like you around here.
How come?
Well, you are taking one of the officers with you, aren't you?
Yeah, and what a way to go, eh?
You'd probably be ankle deep in little offices. No time at all.
Not likely. Children, I can't stand the vicious little ankle biters. I never met a child yet I could take home to meet mother.
Janet? Here, let me do that.
I can manage.
Look, just sit down and let me make the coffee. All right now?
Yeah, thanks.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, it's nothing.
Janet!
Oh, God, I don't know. Maybe everything's wrong.
Look, it's time to talk to someone. You're not handling it very well alone.
I think I'm pregnant.
So?
Well, why does it have to go wrong when everything was so good? We were so happy.
Does Ian know?
No.
Well, then what's the problem? Is he dead set against children?
We've never even discussed having a family. I presume because he'd been married for 6 years without having any children that he didn't want any.
Well, that's one hell of an assumption.
Well, you heard what he said outside the workshop.
Look, he was only joking with women. You don't have to take that to heart. How do you feel about having children?
Well, whenever I've thought about marriage, I've presumed that I would have children.
Then I think it's time you talk to Ian.
I know. I just want to be certain.
It'll be all right. You see.
Yeah, and if it isn't?
It's Davo. Now's as good a time as any to ask her. Oh, hello, Mrs. Davidson.
Hello, Lizzie. Have you started Bee's cake yet?
No, I've been cleaning the vegetables for the stew. I haven't had a chance to do anything else.
Well, the party's not until tomorrow. It might be better if it's fresh.
But I thought that's why we were sent in here. Not that I'm complaining.
Don't worry, there's plenty of time, and I'll arrange for you to have an extra tin of ham for the sandwiches.
Oh, that's very good of you, Mrs. Davidson. Mrs. Davidson, there was something else we wanted to ask you.
Yes?
We were wondering if we could send Bea a singing telegram. I've got a bloke that,
Singing telegram? I don't see why not. It could be quite a novelty.
Well, if I could just make a phone call.
Oh, that won't be necessary. I'll book the telegram myself, so we can be sure it will arrive.
Oh, but Mrs. Davidson...
and Lizzie, I thought you might like to know that Mr. Marnie has come back for one last day.
Bugger it. She knows that I've fixed it to get him back in. Now I won't have a chance of seeing him at all.
That won't be the only thing you don't get a chance to see.
The stripper.
You can be sure old Davo won't be phoning the chappie I had in mind.
Oh, it's another idea that's gone for nothing.
You know, I think we could handle it ourselves now.
You know, I got a funny feeling I wasn't really needed here.
Oh, maybe they just wanted your body.
I'm sorry, that's taken.
Oh, well, somebody should have told Lizzie.
Hey, where is she today?
In the kitchen.
No, that's a pity. Now, look, is there anything else you need for this paper of yours?
Yeah, come to think of it, we could use some larger typeface, you know, for newspaper headlines. What we got's fine for pamphlets, but not good for the paper.
I think I've got some old typeface at home. It may not be a complete set, so you might have to limit some of your headlines, but you're welcome to have them.
Oh, that's great, but when do we get it?
Yeah, paper's supposed to be out in 2 days, you know.
Of course, we understand that you're a very busy man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I will go home at lunchtime and get the typeface.
Yay!
Oh, that's great. We really appreciate it, don't we, girls?
She appreciates it.
More good news, ladies. Your friend Mara Desmond's got another job for you.
Oh, what is it?
A bowling club newsletter.
Oh, that's not going to be worth much.
Well, no, but it's a monthly newsletter.
You mean it'll be a regular job?
If you don't print anything upside down.
Oh, we'll have to keep a certain person away from it then, huh?
Okay. Here's the copy and the layout.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Marnie,
Yes, Susie?
did you know my mum's in here now?
Your mother?
Yeah.
Let's go down the inside front.
I was wondering where you were.
Why?
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to skip our lunch date. I promised I'd go home and get some typeface for the prison paper.
Oh, well, doesn't matter.
You're not mad at me, are you?
Why should I be?
Well, you weren't too pleased about me coming in today.
I'll forget all about it. I just wasn't feeling very chirpy this morning. I guess I didn't want to have to share you with this place any more than I have to.
Well, after today, you won't have to share me with anything.
Good.
See you after work in the governor's office for the send-off?
Fine. See you then.
Rotten luck, Judy. Old Davo's agreed to the telegram.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah, sorry.
So what's wrong with that?
She's going to book it herself.
Oh, well, that's big of her, isn't it?
Why can't you book it through your friend?
Are you kidding?
Must have been.
Come on.
Doris, where's Jo?
She had her meal at the First City.
Oh.
She must have been hungry. Where are you going, Susie? You haven't finished your lunch yet.
Oh, I'm not hungry, thanks.
That poor kid.
Wish there was something we could do to help her.
Like what? Yeah, I know. There's probably nothing we can do.
Maybe. Maybe not.
What do you mean, Bee?
What Susie's mother did to her was inexcusable. Abandoning her when she was a kid, deserting her to a life of institutions. Now, let's just say she did turn up in Wentworth. She'd be pretty smart to keep quiet about it, right?
Yeah, otherwise she'd have to face us.
Right.
But do you reckon that Jo is Susie's mother?
Oh, I don't know. All I'm saying is, if I was her, I wouldn't let on either.
Suppose they were a bit unhappy when you told them what happened.
Yeah, Doreen's given me an idea.
Oh, she's a bright little kid sometimes. What'd she say?
Well, it's not actually what she said. She just said to get Davo to ring my friend to do the telegram.
Oh, Mrs. Davidson would never do that. She'd book a proper company.
Yeah, but there can't be too many of those.
So what?
Well, shouldn't be too hard finding out which one she rings.
Oh, she'd never do that.
Look, all I have to do is find the right one. When I've found it, cancel the telegram, and then get my bloke to come and do it.
Oh, yeah. And they'll be expecting the one Mrs. Davidson booked, and your bloke will just walk straight in.
That's the plan. What's the matter? You don't like the idea?
Yeah, it's great. And it doesn't solve my problem.
Oh, yeah? And what's your problem?
Oh, I can manage this. There's another one over there.
Oh, you don't think I'm going to lift that all on my own, do you? Now, what's this problem of yours?
Well, I went to all that trouble to try and get Mr. Marnie back, and now I'm not even going to be able to say goodbye.
Yeah. That's a pity.
Pity? It's criminal. I know, but it still doesn't seem fair. Oh! Ouch! It's Mr. Marnie. Bugger it!
Missed him again, eh?
Oh, yeah. But I got an idea.
Well, help me with this bin.
Oh, there's no time for that.
But Lizzie...
There's another bin in there. Now, come along and give us a hand with it.
Lizzie...
Oh, it's all right for some, isn't it? Have a look at this pair over here.
We've done our share, haven't we, love?
Damn right we have.
What have you two been up to?
You'll find out.
What have you done, Lizzie?
I'm not telling.
Lizzie.
I don't think she wants to tell us, Bee.
Oh, she's just playing games.
All right, come on, Helen.
My lips are sealed.
Well, give us a clue, please.
Well, what do you reckon, Helen?
I'll give him a clue.
Well, all I can say, you'll be looking out the window at the front gate when the screws knock off work. And I'm not telling you another thing.
What have you done?
I reckon she's having us on.
No, she isn't.
So, whilst it's sad to say goodbye to someone we've grown to like, it does have its compensations. We would all like to wish Janet and Ian every happiness in the future. Janet.
Speech, come on.
We know it was a speech, Steve.
Go on, I meant from one of you. Come on, Janet.
No. Look, nothing from me.
Ignore him, darling. He's a masochist.
Oh, thanks.
Mrs. Davidson, ladies and gentlemen, we'd just like to say thank you all for your kind words, and most of all, thank you, Wentworth, for the future Mrs. Marnie.
How does it feel now?
Nervous.
Well, that's a good sign.
What do you mean by that?
Well, that's how I felt. The first time.
I'm going to miss you, Meg.
Not very often, and not for very long. Well, the end to keep your hands full.
Oh, well, we'll argue about that at the wedding.
Listen, I must go before they all go over the wall. I'll see you in a couple of days. Bye, Ian.
Thanks, Meg. Yes, just a minute. Janet, it's for you. Oh, thank you. Well, you give
Janet
me some
Conway's
good
big.
advice.
Well, no, he's giving me some, actually.
Oh.
He's known Janet under rather different circumstances.
I was really trying to persuade him to stay.
Oh, I think he'll be far too busy to be thinking about us.
I'll be thinking of it.
You all right, Janet?
Yes. I just don't like goodbyes.
Well, then we'll make it quick, eh? Okay, goodbye, everybody. Thanks again.
Careful, mate. She's got you under a thumb already. Look after yourself.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Davidson.
Bum, 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 bum. Dum, 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 dum. Come on, we'll never get away with it.
Why not? I cancel Davo's messenger boy and I substitute my own.
Yeah, but a male stripper in this place, come on, that's a crazy idea.
And that's exactly why it should work.
Oh, God, can you just see Bee's face?
I can, but can you imagine the screws faces?
Oh, honey, I wish you could be here.
Ah, well, you can't have us both.
Oh, Helen, I was looking for you.
Nice of you to drop in.
Oh, thank you. But I hope it'll be the last time. You're to be released tomorrow morning after breakfast.
Ah, well, couldn't you make it before breakfast and spare that part of the punishment?
Well, we have to give you a good reason not to return.
Well, that's as good a reason as any since they stopped flogging us.
I'm going to be away for a few days at Miss Conway's wedding. Do you want me to drop in and see Laurie when I'm passing through Brisbane?
Oh, no, thanks. I mean, she's having a few in-law troubles at the moment, you know. I mean, it's nothing serious, but I don't think she needs to be reminded her mother's in jail.
I understand. Well, goodbye, Helen. I hope I won't be seeing you in here again.
You tell that to the coppers.
Oh, God.
Judy? What's the matter?
I haven't told Laurie I'm back inside. Wally's been forwarding the mail for me. She still thinks I'm out there. She thinks I'm free.
Well, you gotta tell her, love, before somebody else does.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no. Oh, look what they've done.
That is beautiful. That's Lizzie, it's got to be. Oh, look at the spelling.
Well, they shouldn't have been out here unsupervised.
It's nice of them to think of us. Good old Lizzie looks like she was trying to ice a cake. Hey, come on, don't be so grumpy.
Yeah, well, I suppose it was nice of them, in a way.
Janet.
I'm sorry, Ian. I know I've been bad-tempered, but there's something I've got to tell you.
But we all know that you're innocent, Judy, so it won't be too hard to convince Laurie.
Quick, quick. Can I look out the window? Go on, you reckon this bed'll stand the three of us?
Ah, hush your mouth, Lizzie.
Look, there they are.
You're going to have to tell me sooner or later. Why not now?
Yeah, well, why not?
Well,
I'm pregnant.
what?
I'm pregnant.
I love you truly, truly, dear.
Have a good time tonight.
Bye-bye.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing